Morning, everyone. Hello, hello. Tagged our overnight lows, an immediate bounce. Back up to our highs now on NQ. Need to see willingness to bid over this 590, 85, right? Which is our value high. But it's a full rotation from our overnight low. See if we can get outside of value or if we just rotate back down again. Oh, my allergies are killing me today. This 6570 holds, or we probably do full rotation, I would assume. Need to see a higher low here on NQ, right? So we'd want to see this bid. If this can't bid, then we rotate back down to our value low, and then we look to see what happens in that gap. So let's hope that buyers show some interest. RTY battling for POC, NQ battling for VWAP here. Everything rejecting our value high so far. There's a lot of two-sided trading going on here in this 75 to like 50 area. So until we see either 75 hold as supportive or break over 50, break below 50s, I don't think that there's going to be something all that great. Again, you want buyers to win this out and get us over our value high, really, for any sort of clear break. Now that we've tagged our lows, and now we've tagged our highs again. We are now in the middle, right? So ideally, buyers hold the middle and then push the highs. But if they can't do that, then we're going nowhere. If offer was sitting anywhere at NQ, I would believe it would be here at our day open for a lower high. We'll see if buyers can push above or if offer is able to hold here into our pivot that we have drawn. ES retesting our high, double topping so far, waiting to see if we can get that look above and hold. Could sustain. New 15's opening now. See if we can sustain. Testing POC of previous candle here on NQ at R70. A lot of earnings this week. A lot of earnings. I'm just looking at it now. Jesus. Act.
In 10 minutes' time now, at the bottom of the hour, see the release of the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index, forecast -9.2 on the prior -9.
Back to our highs here again. Just hit our liquidity at our 70 from previous candle POC. Now retesting highs. Great first risk off. Need to see a break out of this structure, or we'll continue to trade in this range. It is key that we start to see some interest above 75s on ES if we're going to go any higher in the short term. Need to see that develop out above. And for NQ, there's honestly nothing very bullish about this move short term until we can get above like 615, 620. We got to get over that. Show break of this downtrend. All we're doing right now is just retracing the sell candle right to our left. So as we come back up into this liquidity above us, we got to see how we're going to react from this is a turn on ETH so we can see what's going on here. You can see what we did in ETH, which is come back up into this area and retest. So we're not even halfway through this sequence here. So right now this is still just like a pretty clear downtrend, but you know, a bit is trying. It's definitely trying. I give it credit, but gotta see a break. All that we've done right now, again, is just come back down to door overnight lows, tag it, show interest, and then push off of it. And now we're just coming right back up to where our offer was originally. Some things that we could see on footprints without me even needing to be here, or how I was thinking of this area, is what do we see on the 15-minute? Well, we've got this buy side liquidity into our overnight low here, right? And we've got that labeled on footprint. I can turn off drawings and you can see the same thing. We tag into this buy side liquidity, immediately find a bid, and then we're rotating back up to where? Well, our 15-minute VWAP, right? And this sell side liquidity that's sitting above us. And how, after this first candle into this liquidity, can we be like, oh, okay, there's potential for a reversal here, right? I mean, it doesn't have to go and break for downtrend overall, but what can we see in this structure that we care about? What is something that we've gone over quite a bit? And am I showing a chart? Yes. If you scroll up three texts, there's a link to a stream. Yeah, so, well, first of all, yes, POC shift into liquidity, sellers trapped at the lows, and an immediate bid off, right? And then next candle, we're holding our value high. Next candle, we're holding POC, right? So we have clear buyers who are willing to kind of step up and trap sellers into these lows, but we're just making our way back up to our seller value above, right? So I just want that to be clear. Like, even if I wasn't here, things that you can be looking for is a push back down to where previous buyers were. This is what that's showing. This is what this imbalance is.
The release of the Dallas Fed Manufacturing Business Index
Right,
forecast -9 spot 4 on the prior -9.
this is a stacked imbalance on footprint. So we know that there's buyers here who were present last time. We have now bounced them. Now we're looking for a continuation move because we've seen these guys get filled and immediately push off of it. And we've seen as someone who's been trapped in the lows. Now, where we are is kind of untradeable, right? Because we need to either see what? One of two things taken out. Either these sellers above us taken out, or these sellers below us need to get very aggressive, right? Below 70s. So right now we're trapped in between two areas, either our previous seller value or where sellers want to shift value, right? So these sellers right now below us in this 80 to 70 area are being absorbed by passive buyers. What happens if sellers push below these guys and then we offer it? Well, then all these guys above us will be trapped, right? And then we'll rotate down because we can punish. So as long as this is maintaining here and we're continuing to see bids, this is probably our range in which we are trading until we either see a break of our value above or a shift below. I just want to give you a rundown because I'm not here always right in the morning, but we can still find all of our valuable information on our footprint chart and with our indicators. So tagged into our sell side value, right? Our sell side imbalance above us, and immediately sold and are now pulling back the POC of this candle. We're watching to see if this like 88 to 95 area can maintain. If it can, we should look for a retest up into our highs again. Just waiting.
One minute remaining. Ten seconds. still waiting. -3, -3, higher than forecast, -9, spot 4.
Everyone have a good weekend. She's okay. She's in a she was ordered to go to a different hospital for PT. She's paralyzed like on half of her body after the stroke. She can't move her left arm like at all. Retesting POC here from previous candle after going into our sell side liquidity on ES and NQ. So far, sellers in control. No shift in value like we talked about. Just came right back up to that sell side value and immediately sold. Need to see buyers show their hand here. Yeah, I mean, we're hoping it goes away. It's a side effect sometimes with strokes. She has feeling, but she just can't, like, she actually can't move it. It's very strange. It's like if you like sat on your arm for too long, where they just like it's like limp, you know? Or I guess you didn't sit on your arm. If you like laid on your side and then your arm kind of like went to sleep. That's probably a better way to word that. Just like a complete lack of control. Coming back down to our 70s here, this is where we see if sell side has the any sort of speed. We need to see a willingness to start to show weakness below 70 on NQ. Our buyers will just passively absorb here again. So if you did short off of our liquidity above on ES and NQ, this is your first risk off. We're now looking to see if sellers can get below this yellow box for continuation down, or if they're going to continue to get absorbed here. Right? 70s our pivot. We've got a seller above us at 83, 84, that area. So as we come up and test this, let's see if they knock us down from here for a lower high and then a look below 70, or if buyers can get back above. Very important that we show interest above that 85 if this is going to fail. Okay. Testing into our 85, 88 area now. Seeing if offer is able to hold here, or if buyers are able to get us back in this range. Sneeze so badly. Jesus. These guys outside my window are pressure washing a like 30-story brick building. And it just seems so inefficient. Yeah, man. And it just like does not look like they're doing anything. Full range rotation from our liquidity at 70s all the way right back up. No change. ES middle of range into our 77s off of our hold of our liquidity at 72 to 74. Our ranges are holding. Again, for any side of upside potential here for NQ, need to see a willingness to bid over this like 610, 625 area. There's really not much here. This is just our shift. I have all indicators off because I'm trying to keep these charts as simple as possible with two boxes and a line in the middle. That is all we need right now. One minute and 15 seconds to 15-minute candles. U15s have opened. Buyers attempting. Back down to the middle of our range on NQ. Sell side value still holding. This is your first PT. Offer is going to try to hold 90 on a retest. I want to see if it can hold for the full rotation down. Testing into it now. See if it gets absorbed. Absorbed so far. Get me out of here. Pressure washer crew is so interesting to watch. It's just one guy with the pressure washer, and then like another guy on the same lift thing on the side of the building who just stands there and watches him. And then there's a guy on the ground level who just stands there and watches them. So it's one guy doing all of the work and two people just like actually doing nothing. Kinda weird. You want that job? I don't know, man. I mean, if I had to choose the three of them, sure. They all sound pretty horrible. Like, it's gotta be what? 45, 50 degrees right now? Yeah, it's 46 here. Imagine being on the side of a building covered in water constantly. 46 degrees. Holy shit. Uh-huh. Retesting our 80 liquidity here. See if they can absorb again, or if this is actually going to rotate fully down. Sellers gotta do it. Like, the problem with this area, other than it being the middle of our range between our two sides of liquidity, is that if there isn't follow through on the seller or the buyer here at the middle, there is such a high chance of someone to go off sides, right? Like that's all that's trying to be attempted right now, is that we have two players, right, that are trying here to either push it in this direction or that direction, right? So watching to see where this offer sits and where this bid is sitting is going to allow us to then have squeeze potential because someone will be trapped in the middle of this range, right? So we know that what we're going to be looking for from this reaction from either side is a takeout of these lows because we now have new pressure being built in the middle, right? We're coming back down into our buy side liquidity. If you were short from the highs or the mid, this is where you want to be risking off some until we can get below that 70 level and show a willingness to hold. Just is. Got to show a pretty strong willingness. Again, we're going to be looking for something like this, right? If it's going to do it. The opposite of that is a look in and then rotation up through. Again, it is a ranging market. You're looking for someone to be trapped on either edge. And until we break and hold an edge, you do not want to be looking for longs in the highs. You don't want to be looking for shorts in the low until we see a break of structure and a willingness to hold. You want to be risking off your shorts into the low. You want to be risking off your longs into the high. And then we only look to add if we get a clear indication of a break and hold. ES retesting our lows. And Q trying to force its way down. Just got tagged out of half my position there. We'll watch to see if we get a strong reoffer. If we can hold 60-70, I'll be looking for a push down into 20. 560, 570, and then we look for like 520. We'll see. Out one more here as we push down off of our hold of our 60-70. Out one more here on the new low on NQ, looking for 520. But understanding where we are. Morning, Varg. So I'm just going to go over this area again. We had sell side liquidity above us, right? We had the stacked imbalance on our footprint. We came back in and retested our seller. And now we are rejecting and pushing off. We need to see buyers maintain this 540 to 518. It is incredibly important that we see that. If we see this step below and then this hold, then we can see more downside action, right? Some steeper retraces. We want to have buyers continue to absorb here. Buyer pivot. Seller pivot. Right? This is our range. We are now trying to show a shift of value, right? Where these buyers were, we are now trying to make sellers. If these guys fail, then we just have buyers who have just found their best price that they can get, right? And we're looking for them to then rebid on a look above and hold of this area for a rotation up, trapping these sellers below, right? And what sellers are trying to do is they're trying to hold a below these previous buyers and shift value. And they're trying to push us below this and shift value downward, right? Until then, though, we are risking off into our known edges, and we're watching for what happens into reactionary areas, right, of our previous auction, which is this middle pivot. We know where price wants to go. We know where current participants are currently, right, and what they want to do. And we know what we want to see happen at our edges. I have 10 MNQ left here. As we come back down to retest our lows, I'll look to add more if we can get below our buyer pivot, but as of right now, just risking off into our low edge, just in case these guys get absorbed. And then we rotate back up. You guys lost? Are we good? Are we on the same page? Does it make sense? Did my risk off make sense? Does it make sense why it's a short at the top of the range? Do we understand why we're risking off into our low? We see the two areas of liquidity that matter and the pivot that we're currently at. No? Yes? Maybe? Am I muted? 35 seconds until new 15s. I think there's a decent chance we come back up to the highs. Not gonna lie. Sellers are having a tough time here. We'll see what happens into the new 15, but they held their own pretty well there. I'd like to see 60s defended, honestly, if buyers were going to push, I think, on the new 15. And then we would test into 90s if 50s held. And that's where you would look for your offer again. I don't know, kind of in the middle of nowhere. We shall see what happens here. New 15s have just opened. We are above POC from previous candle. Just watching to see as we come back in and retest POC into this like 50-60 area.
Fed bids for 2-year notes total $1.2 billion, and Fed bids for 6-month bills total $7.3 billion. And the Pentagon declines to confirm North Korean soldiers in Russia's Kursk region. Tells reporters the US believes they are moving in that direction.
What's up, Flex?
So in 10 minutes' time now, at the bottom of the hour, the US is due to sell $69 billion in 2-year notes, prior bid cover of 2.59 and a prior high yield of 3.52%. The US is also due to sell $72 billion in 6-month bills, with a prior high yield of 4.31% and a prior bid cover of 2.92. So, a historically compressed Treasury auction cycle begins today with this $69 billion 2-year sale, with yields near session lows after retreating from local highs reached during the European morning. So, the $70 billion 5-year auction follows at 1 p.m. as well today, and this week's series concludes tomorrow with a $44 billion 7-year sale. So, in terms of the 2-year sale coming up, JP Morgan strategists in a report said that double auctions usually see weaker results. On average, over the past 2 and 5-year combinations produce low bid to cover ratios, weaker end user demand, and larger tails. Accordingly, additional concession may be needed for today's auction to be digested smoothly.
They're still getting absorbed into 50s like we talked about, but we're not getting the move out. It is pretty annoying.
The Pentagon says there's no new limits on Ukraine's use of American weapons against North Korean forces if they become co-belligerents in the Russia's war.
The Pentagon estimates 10,000 North Korean troops going to Russia. And Pentagon spokesperson Singh says the number of North Korean troops may increase.
I need to get Audible
1
for
minute
my
remaining,
PC.
leading with the results from the 2-year note sale. Keep in mind the 2-year note when issued yield comes out at the top of the hour, bottom of the hour even. Auction results will follow a few minutes after this.
What's up, Cav? This just released. If anyone likes Tyler.
4.22% ahead of the auction. Bid to cover 2 spot 5, 2 spot 5 with the high rate of 4 spot 13%, 4 spot 13%. The US sold $69 billion, awarding 74 spot 07% of bids at high. Primary dealers take 17.93% of the sale, direct 23.84%, indirect 58.23%. So the US also sold 79 billion in 6-month bills, high rate of 4.325%, awarding 86.28% of bids at high, with a bid to cover of 3.25. Seeing some weakness in the S&P 500 and some strength in the dollar following that 2-year auction.
I don't know if I believe in this sell. I'm risking off half my runner if we tag into 20s. Like, they're just so willing to take into this still. We need to see the look below and hold.
So, according to the Associated Press, citing an Israeli official, Netanyahu told his party lawmakers that he would act on the Egyptian proposal immediately.
Buyers continue to absorb sellers into our buyer pivot, back up to our 60 to 70 here. No change. Range is ranging. What's up, club? Yeah, I mean, buyers are really attempting at the low. I mean, if that doesn't hold, we just gap fill, right? Like, that's all it is. But until I see the look below, I am not very interested in shorts. I just have my runner on. And that's just a 90 average now with my 5 lots left. If I wasn't in from higher, I would say that this is just as fine for long attempts, right? And you're just playing back into 60 to 70. And then we look to add above if you're playing the reverse of what I'm doing. The reason I'm in this one is just because we're in a downtrend. So stay in my runner from higher. Already risked off 90% of the position. This is definitely looking like a half day, though. I'm telling you now. I did not get tagged out into 20s. Yikes. That was too quick for me to get filled. $30 seconds until new 15s. I didn't get filled into 20, so I'm just risked off half, and now I'm just have 3 runners left. I don't know. I'm just gonna let it go. I can't believe I didn't get tagged out. Holding POC of previous candle so far. Offer at that 40 level. If buyers are able to get over 40, we should just rotate back up to 60. If 40s can hold, we're looking for a push below that 520 and offer for continuation down for gap fill down to like 490. That's really all that's here. Got your rotation to 60s, off the hold to 40s, and then right back down. No change in our range. Watching to see if we can get a shift here. Again, need to see that look above that 60-70 and the build from buyers. Need to see that look below our 20 from our sellers, or we are stuck. We filled LVNs across the board, though. But motivation. Got tagged out 2 there. Let's see if we can just get this gap fill, man. Or if this is all we get. This is so stupid. So here's the idea. If we don't hold 520, which there's a strong possibility we do, I think we just fill gap and then we look for this. So really, again, like either this 520 pivot holds and then we start to rotate back up, and great, it is what it is. Take out the highs, then we do this, or we just do this move now. I don't know which one it'll be. All I know where liquidity is, right? Like, that's the only thing I know. But I'm assuming that either we take out the gap, trap at the lows, and then look for a continuation higher, or our 20s hold here. We make it back over these pivots short term. We take out our highs, and then we then fill gap. This is kind of like the shit scenario, because that means another day of chop, right? If we take out this high and then just rotate through, we want this move to occur. Gap taken out, and then new highs. I have 2 left. It's literally nothing. I have a break-even stop, and I have a take profit at 90. Right? Like, it's nothing. Like, from my original position size, this is like a 16th. I scaled in 6 full contracts, right? So I've scaled out 58 contracts. It's just, I'm trying to like explain how little faith I have here. Like, I just have a runner for the just in case, but we'll see what happens. This is too slow for me. We all know that. I mean, our pivots are beautiful. They've been holding, and we've been bouncing off of them. But not for me. Not a market for me. I did bottom tick my last exit, though, which felt good. Mm. Sellers lose so much steam if we get over 50s and hold. If we just quickly look above 50s, then immediately offer, then we're good. We just trap buyers again. But if they actually, buyers can build here above 50, then I think we just come back up. Like, if this shift of value fails where these guys are absorbing currently, I just don't think we've got it in us to go down more. So really want to see them hold. We can see the absorption here, and we can see us pushing into it and then failing, right? Zoom in a bit more on this footprint so we can see that. A borb, a borb, a borb. There's a good chance that you guys have a solid afternoon with Dapper. And the chances of us staying in this range are pretty slim. Someone's gonna get punished. I thought we all agreed to take Mondays off. What happened to that? It's like we get here every Monday and we expect a different thing to happen. I did, and then I feel bad every time that I think about it. All right, buyers, what you got? Testing into our 50 now. Good hold of 40s on the close of that previous 15. Held POC from previous candle. See if bids can hold out. Jesus Christ. Our full rotation from 20s into our 60s. See if buyers can get back over 60, 70, or if this just rejects again. But buyers were able to maintain our buyer pivot at the lows. Now back to the middle of our range here. It's a pretty good sign that we were able to get over the 40 and then the 50, right? We're recovering levels slowly but surely. Now just back up to our previous seller value where this next area of absorption occurred. We can see that here. Do we see the block with the seller above? So we're now watching this. Can we build above? Or do they slap this thing back down again? Trapping these guys once more. Again, I do not see any viable shorts in this area until we see a look below and then a very clear willingness to hold. Then we can go for gap fill. Until then, this is just bottom of range. This is now your first PT. If we build over 70, 75, I don't see a reason why we don't just rotate back up to 90, 95. Just doesn't, there's nothing there. We don't see a clear seller above us here. But as of right now, like all we're looking for is for the ability to build above, like this. And then we just look back up into that. And then from here, it's either a look above, and then we see this buyer go off sides, and then go offer, and then a rotation back down. Or we get a bid to step in, and then do the full rotation back up into our highs. I just have this drawn just to give you an understanding of like where liquidity is and what you'd be expecting in these areas. I don't know if these moves are going to happen in this amount of time, right? With how slow we're moving, anything can happen. But this is the general idea of price action that I'd be looking for. I'm just gonna leave it there because I'm out here soon. You can reference it. What's up, Royce? Appreciate it. Mondays are absolute torture for me. It's just so slow. Oh, and of course, for this to play, we gotta get back below our 50, right? That should be obvious. I'll just label it though, just so it's there. There's clearly that bid that stepped in. That would be your read offer point. Just why I have it drawn like this. If we can't get below that, then it'll just be a dip buy for buyers to then reattempt for a look back over 70. Always reference my 15-minute chart for our larger levels and where we are. I don't want you to get too caught up on this 15-second. Like, this is what we're looking for like the individual like reoffers and bids, right, price action wise, but the overall move, right, we've got some very clearly defined pivots and where we want to be closing above or below. I'm like actually falling asleep in my chair. We wicked into 50, but bid. I think we retest here. $50 until new 15s. What we're looking for is for buyers to be able to ideally close this above POC of this candle, right? That's the start of the right side of the V. Buyers are going to try to hold this 50. New 15s have opened. How long have I been in this runner now? What is this? Like an hour and a half I've been in this trade. All right, I'm gonna do one more just rundown before I dip. Mario's just said good morning, so starting the 10-minute timer. So this is your gap fill. Hit into our sell side liquidity, the stacked imbalance on footprint. That was our high. We have it labeled as our seller pivot. We are now back into our stacked buy side pivot from the open, right, where we gapped up. Found liquidity here. Until we can push below this, I don't think that this gap is valid. If we push below 20s and then offer, we want to see a very quick move down. We would then be looking for buy side liquidity to ideally be somewhere in here and then push us back up for new highs. Until then, you're really stuck, right? Short term, we're looking to see if buyers can get us over this like 70-75 and build flag here, and then we can rotate up. 90 is your 30-second opening range, if you can imagine that. That is your 30-second opening range low. So we're watching to see if we can reclaim that for rotation up. Need to see this become supportive. So really, it's just a matter of, can we build over this and see sustained bid? Or can we trap below 20s? I mean, other than that, I mean, everything's been the same levels the entire day. Yeah. A lot of earnings this week. Who do we have after hours today?
Biden, speaking to reporters, says North Korean troops aiding Russia is very dangerous.
True. This isn't a huge ER after hours today. Waste management is big. I think it's important for an understanding of what kind of market we're in. But other than that, looks like tomorrow will be pretty big. And then, of course, Wednesday is massive. Absolutely massive. Got a lot of healthcare. And you have consumer staples. And then you have tech. And then, of course, the next day after that, tech and consumer staples. So this Wednesday, Thursday is just absolutely massive. And then you have all of your energy names on Friday. If you played off of our 70 and are following pathing, this is first risk off. We're now at our pivot here into 30s. Following our pathing, got our rejection of our 50 level on the look below. Just it's doing the pathing. Bounced our pivot. Still just need to see that acceptance below this though, if you want anything more. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is it's a snoozer. The levels are easy. The movements are easy. Everything just takes 5 hours. By easy, I mean predictable. That's all I mean. Like that's we're rotating between two sources of liquidity. Surf, what are you doing anything for Halloween with your kid? Trick or treating? Yeah, are you like dressing up together or anything? Or is he dressing up?
Good morning.
What's up?
I realized that I've just been talking muted. Like I had my
Yikes.
Discord muted. I was like, oh,
A Ravenclaw Seeker. Hell yeah.
So Al Jazeera citing the New York Times, quoting officials, says that Israel's PM Netanyahu is waiting to see who will succeed President Biden before
He
committing
said,
to a
nah, that's
supernational path.
okay. You have to really embarrass him and go as the ball. Just like big, obnoxious snitch. Yeah.
I was gonna say it as Professor Garlick, but the snitch is way better.
You're not doing parenthood right if you don't leave your child with core embarrassment the rest of their lives.
My my parents used to always make me do box costumes.
Ah, yeah.
So like the robot, or like I don't even remember everything I was. I remember being a robot. I remember being like Venus one year, like
Nice.
a planet,
Yeah.
but I could never walk in it. I'd always just like eat the ground. Yeah, but like a big cardboard box.
All right, I'm gonna go take a nap.
That's okay. I mean, I don't think anything is gonna happen today.
I've been in this trade for almost 2 hours now.
I mean, we have like all of Mag 7 reporting the rest of the week.
No,
So, like, there's
something.
I don't know what's gonna happen today. Yeah, but yeah, go away.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, well, I told everyone what I was thinking. I'm just gonna leave my trade open, and it either hits or it doesn't hit. And if I come back and I don't get stopped out on either side, and we're still trading here, that'll be crazy.
I think that'll probably happen. I don't know what your trade is, but looking at NQ, I can assume.
Well, I'm short 90, and I have a stop break even, and I have a take profit at 490.
I'd be surprised if 590 hits again, honestly. I feel like we just trade this 540 for like an hour.
Yeah. Well,
We'll see.
goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, stream. I will be on tomorrow. Mario will be in Discord for the rest of the day, narrating market. But I'm gonna go take a nap. I've got to have a good rest of your day.